Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to see about chemometrics. Chemometrics is the one of the concept in the computational chemistry. So, before going to study about the chemometrics, we have to see about what is computational chemistry. So, computational chemistry is nothing but a branch, okay, that is used to provide the solution for the difficulties or the bottleneck situations which is occurred in the chemistry. So how they are providing the solution? They are providing the solution with the help of the simulation, okay, so that it assists to solve the solution to all the problems in the chemicals. So in the efficient computer programs, it helps us to calculate the structure and the properties of the molecules and solids. So the simulation is nothing but the software that acts like a real thing. In real time, we cannot, in the real situation, we cannot be able to do it all those things in order to avoid the cost and also to get the accurate result equivalent to that of the real implementation, we can able to implement the simulation. So the software is there, the simulation software. So the simulation software is nothing but the process of mathematical modeling performed on the computer. So which is used to design to predict the behavior of the outcomes of the real world, since they are allowed to check the reliability of chosen mathematic models, and it runs the thing with the help of the computer simulations. So this is we call the simulation. So it helps us to study and calculate the structure of the properties of molecules and solids. The thing is that it is become a necessary part because the quantum many body problem cannot be solved analytically. So much in less closed form, if you want to provide the solution for the different chemical experiments or the reactions, we have to perform a different set of experiments so that we can able to conclude to a single point. So that can be possible only through the simulation. Some cases predict unobserved chemical phenomena. It is used in the design of the new drugs and the materials, that is which is used there. So normally the method used to cover both the static and the dynamic situations in order to handle these situations. So this is about the computational chemistry, and now we get into the topic of chemometrics. Chemometrics is the science of extracting the informations from the chemical system by the data-driven means. So the chemometrics is inherently interdisciplinary, using methods frequently employed in the core data analytic disciplines such as multivariate statistics, applied mathematics, and computer science in order to address the problems in the chemistry, biology, medicines, and chemical engineering. So in this way, it mirrors other interdisciplinary fields such as psychometrics and econometrics. So dear students, from this slide I want to say that is nothing but a science term. Chemometrics is the science. Okay. So which is used to extract the necessary data from the chemical system by processing the things. So as I said, there may be a static and a dynamic compost simulation is there. So we are going for the computational chemistry of chemometrics of deriving all those things. So they are saying that it can be possible by deploying the various mathematical models in order to handle the things. So it not only is used in chemistry, but also it covers the different areas, the interdisciplinary areas also. Because simulation is one of the best solution for all the problems which is still under research or which may not be able to provide solutions. Chemometrics is applied to both descriptive and predictive problems in experimental natural science, especially in the chemistry. Okay, the descriptive and predictive. So what is descriptive and what is predictive? Can any idea? Guess for 2 minutes. Descriptive, the term descriptive and predictive. I hope that you may come across these two words. The descriptive is nothing but the term descriptive gives the knowledge about the past which is happened earlier, which is experimented earlier. Okay, which the chemical experiments has been done before, and you can come across the word descriptive. You know, if this type of molecular structure is this, then it is named as this. Okay, so if you are drawing any of the component structure, then you may know how many of the molecular atoms to be added for each and every structures. So based on that, you may name the particular structure. Okay, so likewise it is, and also you are very clear when this type of molecules added structures combined with another structure, you may have the combination of both the structures. Okay, so you know the results, you know the input what it is, and you know the output what will comes, that is descriptive. The predictive is nothing but you know the input but you don't know what will be the output. Okay, that is nothing but forecasting. The technical term we called it as forecasting. Forecasting a new idea, forecasting a new one. Okay, so from this experiment you came to study the new thing that we call it as predictive problems. Once if you had predicted, then automatically it comes to the category of descriptive. In descriptive applications, the properties of the chemical systems are modeled with the intent of learning the relationship and the structure of the system. So this is the very important thing. So studying about the structure and the model. Okay, that is the model understanding and identification. So why we are going for this? So in the intentions towards to understand the structures, to understand the molecular relationship, to understand the reactions between the thing, we go for descriptives. Okay, in predictive, the properties of chemical systems are modeled with the intent of predicting the new properties. That is, I said it is forecasting. Okay, or the behavior of the interest based on the behavior of the particular structure in which we are using. In both cases, the data sets can be small or often very huge and high complex, involving say hundreds or thousands of variables and hundreds of thousands of different observations we will get. So it is the thing that if you are go ahead with the real time, you can go ahead with one or two or finite number of experiments until you satisfied or get the result. But however, in the simulation, you can go for n number of times the same actions, so that you will get a n number of different possible outcomes and the observations, so that you can able to pick out the exact solutions of what it is. Chemometrics techniques are particularly heavily used in analytical chemistry and metabolism or metabolomics. Okay, the development of improved chemometrics method of analysis also continues to the advanced state of the art in analyzing the instruments and methodology. So they are saying that their simulation, the chemometrics techniques are widely used in analytical chemistry. Okay, in analytical chemistry. So the analytical chemistry is nothing but the science of obtaining, processing, and communicating the informations about the different structures and the compositions of the matter which subjects it's involved. Or simply you can say that what matter is and how much that it exists. Okay, the studies which helps to separate, identify, and quantify the matters. So it helps us to study in a deep structures about the given things. Okay, so and also involves the state of the art in analytical instrumentation and methodology. It is an application driven discipline, while the standard chemometrics methodology are very widely used industrially. Academic groups are dedicated to the continued development of chemometrics theory, methods, and application development. Multivariate analysis was a critical facet even in the earliest application of chemometries. So, multivariate analysis. So, as a chemistry student, you know very well about what is multivariate. So, just to try to recall the term of multivariate analysis is the set of statistical model which examines the patterns in multidimensional data at once several data variables. It is expansion of bivariate data analysis. Okay, so bivariate. So what it does, it involves the observation and analysis of more than one statistical outcome of the variable at a time. So we call it as multivariate analysis. So the data from the infrared spectroscopy are often counted into thousands of measurements per samples, which can be easily handled in the chemometrics. The mass spectrometry, nuclear magnetic resonance, atomic emissions or the observations, and chemomatography experiments are also all by the nature high multivariate analysis examples. So the structure of these data was found to be conductive to using the techniques such as the two things. One is PCA, next one is PLS. Principal component analysis and partial least square. This is primarily because while the dataset may be highly multivariate, there is a strong and often linear low-rank structures present. The PCA and PLS have been shown over time very effective at empirically modeling the more chemical interesting low-rank structures. Okay, so they are saying that it is more important because of highly multivariate. Already I had given the example for multivariate. It is highly multivariate, so that there is a strong and often linearly row rank structures are available. It exploiting the interrelationship of the latent variables in the data and providing alternate compact coordinate systems for further numerical analysis such as regression, clustering, and pattern recognition. The partial least squares in particularly was heavily used in chemometrics application. So before it began or finding regular on its other fields. So the impact is more here, okay, and also we can able to get more solutions out of it. So the multivariate calibrations, many chemical compositions and applications of chemometrics involves this calibration. The objective is to develop the model which can be used to predicate the properties of the interest based on the measured properties of the chemical systems such as pressure, flow, temperature, infrared, Raman effect, NMR spectrum, and mass spectrum. Okay, the examples include in the development of multivariate models relating the multi-wavelength spectral responses to analyze concentrations. Second one is molecular descriptors to the biological activity. Third one is multivariate process states to final product attributes. The process requires the calibrations or the trained data sets, which includes the reference value of the properties of interest of prediction, testing, then measuring the attributes believed to correspond to these properties. For example, one can assemble the data from number of samples, including the concentrations for the analyte of interest for each sample and the corresponding infrared spectrum of that sample. So this is the condition. Okay. So simple example for understanding. The multivariate calibrate techniques such as partial least square regressions or PCA, principal component analysis, are then used to construct the model, the mathematical model that relates the multivariate response to the concentration of the analyte of interest. And such a model can be used to efficiently predict the concentrations of the new samples. The principal difference between these two approaches is that in classical calibration, the models are solved such that they are optimal in describing the measurements of the responses. The main advantage of using the multivariate calibrate technique is that fast, it is cheap, and non-destructive analytical measurements are there, can be used to estimate the sample property which would otherwise require time consuming, expensive, or destructive. Equally important is that multivariate calibration. It allows for the achieving the accurate qualitative analysis in the presence of heavy interferences by other analytics, and also the selectively the analytical methods is provide much of the mathematical calibrations as analytical measurement modalities. The supervised multivariate classifications related to multivariate techniques is that calibration or trained set is used to develop the model capable of classifying the future samples. Here, it is similar to those used in other fields, the multivariate discriminant analysis, the regression, neural networks, and the classification trees. The use of rank in conjunction with these conventional classifications is the method is routine in chemometrics. Okay, for example, they had given that the PC or the discriminant analysis or the partial least square scores which is used to create the model with the help of this chemometric simulation. So multivariate curve resolution seeks to deconstruct the data set with the limited or the absent references information in and in the system knowledges. So these approaches are called self-modeling mixture analysis, blind source or signal separations, and spectral unmixing. Okay, these are some of the earliest works on this technique. So on these techniques which is called as self-modeling mixture analysis. So from this I hope that the students can able to understand what is chemometrics, okay, and about the computational chemistry in chemometrics. So if you have any doubts regarding this, you can contact me at gerald.kumar@galkotiasuniversity.edu.in. Thank you all.